Hey, welcome to AFORadio.com. Happy Friday! How you
Yes, it's
doing?
Friday.
I know, and it's so good to be back in the studio, or rather back at home with
Yeah,
Darren
man.
on the virtual world that we are so fond of these days.
Yeah,
Welcome to
man.
Pop-Up Stage on AFO Radio. I'm Mag.
And I'm Darren, and I also play in a band called An Honest Mistake. And today we are broadcasting from home. For the past couple of weeks, we've been doing that already since the
Yep.
lockdown, and the lockdown has been a little bit crazy. The first 2 weeks and then 2 more weeks. I think that's just how it's going to be. It's just going to be okay. 2 more weeks later, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. Late and sooner or later we'll find out. Oh, it's the end of 2021.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say the end of 2020. Suddenly you went end
No,
of 2021. That was like, whoa.
2021. Yeah, so 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks until the whole year lah. But
I'm really hoping we don't come to that point. So let's pray really hard that we get over this, and hopefully 2021 will paint a little brighter picture for us lah. Yeah, here's hoping a more
yeah,
positive year ahead. But of
for
course,
sure.
with things going on, we really don't know lah what will happen. But we do hope that you're safe at home and you are following and adhering to all the SOPs. Please wear your
Mm-hmm.
masks. Okay, I think
Yeah.
most of us when we go out when we wear a mask, we're only wearing it because we're afraid to get summoned. 1,000 ringgit is a lot of money to pay, I tell you.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's for our own good. So
Yep,
please
that
wear
is
your
true.
masks, sanitize, and wash your hands. Anyway,
Yep, for
this
sure.
is Pop Up Stage where we bring you new releases every Friday. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, we want to promote local talent as much as we can, correct?
Yep, exactly. Whether new or old, so regardless whether how big you are, a star you are, or maybe you could just be starting out from your bedroom, and you got a
Absolutely.
new song out, we would definitely want to, play your track and also, talk to you. Because, what better way to talk about your song and talk about you as an artist, right? So, yeah, today we have two very special people. They are
Mm-hmm.
very good friends of mine. They are amazing. They've been putting out songs like nothing. Okay, they are insane, insanely talented, insanely good, and I would say right now they are the music power couple lah
God,
of
the way
KL.
they're releasing songs, it feels like, whoa, I also can sit down and write songs and release songs. Because it seems like it's so simple because they keep
Yeah,
dropping tunes one after another. Whoa,
exactly.
that's just amazing. So, who do we have this afternoon, Darren?
Yeah, let's bring on Reckless Escapades and Maruxa Lynd.
Hello, hello.
Hey guys, how
Hi,
y'all?
good
Good, good.
thanks.
Thanks for having us, Mag and Darren.
Yeah,
We
man,
get to be
always
Welcome
been
on.
back
having
to the
you.
show. It's always good to have
Thank
you guys.
you.
Thank you so much.
So, how has the pandemic been treating y'all? I hope you guys have been safe at home. I know when I follow Lynn, she's very strict on telling people to stay at home, okay? She's a bit paranoid when it comes to, making sure that
Yeah.
everybody stays at home. So, tell us how this whole MCO, this movement control order, whether it's conditional or what was the R for? Whatever R stood
Recovery.
for. Recovery. Yeah. How was the whole season like for y'all?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
You wanna?
pretty good. Like we keep ourselves busy, like with projects like music videos, him doing the beats. So we always have things to do at home. So yeah, it's not that boring.
Yeah, it's the best time lah. Seriously, I mean, I think it's the best time
Yeah.
to just do anything. Like anything music
Mm.
related. Like with music videos, you can't. I mean, I guess now we kind of can get other people to shoot, but you guys
Yeah.
have like kick-ass phones, and all your videos were shot on phones. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Thanks.
definitely like new skills have been picked up as well, right?
New
Mm-hmm.
skills have been picked up. Old skills have been sharpened. Rediscovered old skills. So yeah, those kind of things lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like the way you said it. Rediscovered old skills. I think it's
Yeah.
time for all of us to do that. I mean, we've had
True.
enough time to sit at home and to
True.
actually pick up new skills or rediscover something that you've always wanted to do or you thought you had a knack of for doing. And yeah,
Mm.
why not, right?
Yeah.
Now, you guys have been dropping singles like nobody's business. Now, I've noticed this from the start of MCO until today, now that most of us are at home for the whole CMCO period. How many in total have you dropped?
Okay, so with the start of MCO, I think we dropped Fast
Fast Love.
Love, and then after that it was That's Facts,
That's facts. And then
Finesse
Modern Friends.
2, Modern Friends.
We also lost
Yeah,
count, Darren.
There's
I don't know. I think
finesse.
yeah,
Finesse,
Finesse.
yeah.
Finesse.
Today there's a new one, so about
Yeah.
5, 6, something like that. Yeah, about 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
what
I
about
think.
yeah,
6.
new edition came out earlier in the year, is it? In Jan,
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
new
yeah.
edition also. New
Yeah.
edition came
edition
out
also.
new edition came out on the day that it was the first day of lockdown. That was
Yeah,
Friday, something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
middle of
Okay.
March. It was middle of March. So yeah, about 7 songs maybe, I guess.
I'm just curious though, what contributed to the songs being released so quickly? Is it because you
Um,
had so much time, or was this already ready and just waiting for time to be released?
Actually, it's more like there's a lot of time. So, and also because I was already doing this before MCO started, I was already dropping a song a month basically.
Yeah.
So I just kept with it. Even though MCO happened, it
Mm.
didn't make
It
things. It
didn't
didn't
put
change.
a stop. Yeah.
It didn't change anything. Yeah, just kept on going.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. So, was that like your own goal or your own target to release one song a month?
Yeah, that was the goal I set because I discovered that instead of dropping like an album, say like if it's an album of 12 songs, one time and then that's that one time, for the whole year, it's better to spread it out to have 12 songs each month, have one song. So it makes it better for like social media as well when you promote. You have more things to promote. More content basically
Yeah,
to push out
that's
every
true.
month.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
I think like with the way music is moving right now, I mean, like dropping an album, sure, you can always do that, but it's all about content, you know. I think like the key word that people have been using or like a catchphrase is content is king, you know. So
Content is king.
yeah, so dropping 12 songs, you know, one a month, I think that definitely makes more sense to do that. You know, then
Absolutely.
you constantly have something to push out, you constantly have something to do. That keeps you as an artist active also,
Yeah.
you know, and then that keeps the fans interested too, you know, because it's that one song that they can like replay over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like when you tell people like you have an album, right? People only listen to like the first song of the album or like your
Yeah.
single of the album. This one you give each song a little bit of time to shine, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this is doing it the other way around, isn't it? From how things were being done back in the days, where you drop an album and then you pick a song where that song would be the hero of the album. And most of the time, people only remember the hero, the one song, not
Yeah.
the rest of the songs, correct? But now,
Yeah.
what you're doing is completely the opposite, where you drop every month one song. And eventually, if you do release an album and all the songs are already there, people already know all the songs. So it becomes an instant hit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, so we had this conversation, Darren, right, about how dropping songs frequently makes it consistent, and it also kind of helps to make the artists more relevant, isn't it? Because people
Yeah.
want things quick. So, what do you think about what they're doing?
What, me or
Yeah, you lah.
yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, I think it's great. You know what you know, Ian and Lynn, you know, they are doing, because like I said earlier, you know, you just need to keep people interested. You know, because like in the social media world now, you know, people are posting videos and TikTok videos and dances and
Yeah.
and photos and stuff like that. So on Instagram, you know, there's Insta stories, and then you have like IGTV, you know, there's content just being churned out all the time. And then there's YouTube and
Correct.
stuff like that. So every day, you know, every second something is being put out, you know. So if you don't keep up with that, you know, you're just gonna get drowned out. So what,
Absolutely.
you know, Ian and Lynn are doing, you know, that's really perfect, you know, because every day there's something going on. You know, you
Yep.
see Lynn's stories and her TikTok and stuff like that, and Ian's constantly pushing out music. So I think what they're doing is definitely on the right track lah. And speaking of which, like, you guys have not just gone, like, I mean, like, made your mark here in Malaysia. I think last year was when you guys really, like, put a stamp in Malaysia and say that, hey, we are Reckless Escapades is here, man. When you started dropping like all the songs week after week. Because
Yeah.
people were saying like, wow, hey, who is this Reckless Escapades?
Correct.
Out of nowhere, suddenly got so many songs. Obviously they don't know. They didn't know that you came from your background, lah. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
share. Maybe you can share a
He
little.
got tired of being in the background. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's
But
true,
yeah,
that's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay. So
yeah, maybe you can
I'll,
tell people a little bit about your
about my
background
background,
in
right?
music, yeah, and then
Yeah.
the Berkeley and all that stuff.
Okay, so I'll start by saying that I started playing the guitar like around 13, right? And then as soon as I started learning a few chords, I wanted to write my own songs. I didn't really feel so interested in playing covers and all that. So I just wanted to express myself, even though I was, only 13 years old, but I had a lot of, problems. I had girl problems, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so okay, when I was 15, 14, 15, I formed my first group. It was called Mood Swings. Singer, guitarist of that group. We recorded one EP. We went to Synchro Sound Studios, which was the studios at the time to
Yep,
record. Yeah, and then we did a couple of Battle of the Bands, and then we started, playing in the indie, in the rock scene a bit. And then after that, I started forming a second band, which was technically a side project with a few other friends from other bands. And then this band became Thrown Away, and then this became our main band. Like eventually, like we started getting a lot of attention. So we signed to a label. We started performing shows. And then eventually I don't know, I guess we didn't ever get big, but we were like we were creating some sort of notoriety. Like we had a good live show, we had some good songs and everything like that. So yeah, then from there I started to go into, that was like towards the end of high school, start of college. So by college, like I went to music college, ICOM, International College of Music. And I told my parents, like, if I was doing really badly in high school, like getting D's, C's, all that, SPM, everything. So I told them if I want to study in college, like I got to do something that I really care about.
Love.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I chose music, and I did International College of Music. The Berkeley transfer program over there allowed me to do 2 years at home and then transfer my credits and then finish off the degree in Boston, in America. So yeah, from there I started to think like, okay, if I'm gonna be making a career in music, what should be my safest choice? Like I should try and learn how to be an audio engineer, a music producer, and that will be, I take a step back from being a artist and then learn and thrive in like being in a recording studio in a background kind of sense. So I did that. I was in America for like 4 years, and then I spent 3 years in Boston, 1 year in New York. In New York, I was working at a few different recording studios, but eventually I had to go home because visa issues didn't allow me to stay there. And then so I came back, and then I just basically worked at a recording studio called Maverick Studios first, and then so I was a recording engineer over there. And then once that finished, I left that company and started my own company, right? Which is Golden Sound Studios, which I'm running right now. I'm a small business owner, and yeah. So when I was doing all this stuff, like working in the studio, like being a recording engineer and music producer, I was like missing it. I was like missing being an artist. I like had that urge to do it
Come
again.
back.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so slowly I was like kind of like thinking, what should my sound be, what should my style be, what should my name be, everything like that. It was like a whole slow process, and then finally I started to do that at the end of 2017, I think. Oh well, yeah, around there lah. And then slowly I just started to release more music, and then that's the gist of it basically.
Yeah. So before Reckless Escapades happened, you released like 2 Thrown Away songs, right? So was that and then it was already different because like the old stuff obviously was rock, it was emo, and then the two new thrown away songs, it was very down tempo, very lo-fi, right? So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
was that kind of like the beginning of Reckless Escapades? Like
Yeah,
yeah.
basically, yeah. Because with that, yeah, we were like tired of doing, the traditional drums, bass, guitar stuff. We want to just expand a bit, and then like we like electronically we can make a lot of different new
Yep.
sounds and all that. So yeah, basically, yeah, that was that. And for me, like I've always been like into rock. I mean, rock music, like that's my roots and all that. But once I went to the States and all that, I started to get more into hip hop. Started to learn
Yep.
how to make beats. Started to like work in like circles that with other rappers and all that stuff like that. Like real hip hop guys from the States, learning how they how they do their thing and the authentic way.
Mm.
So yeah, so
Ian, I want to ask you something. You mentioned just now finding your sound. How easy or how difficult is it for an artist to find your sound? Now you've worked with many artists before, right?
yeah.
We've just heard your whole history and you've got a lot of experience. But when it came down to identifying the sound that you wanted to represent yourself, your brand, how easy or difficult was that whole process? And how did you know what fitted you best?
Pretty hard actually. It just took like many years of like thinking, like because at first I was making like I don't know what to call it. Also, like it was like indie electronica, like I don't know. It was all sorts of like different things that I would call it before like finally settling and saying that okay, you know what, I'm sticking with it. I'm calling myself a hip hop artist. I
Mm.
don't care if I'm not black or whatever it is. Like I really like this is the music that I care about. This is the music that I really like love and identify with. So yeah, so it just took a lot of time, a lot of trial and error, a lot of like yeah. And once I met Lynn, also she helped me kind of shape the aesthetic a bit, like my look and everything. That's because it all has to be a part of a package, right?
Correct.
Like
It's
the
a whole
look,
brand.
exactly. So yeah, it
Okay.
took quite a few years, lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
are you happy with what you are now? You know, the person that you've put forward, this is Reckless Escapades. This is my sound. This is my identity. This is the kind of music I make.
Definitely, and I think the good thing about it is that I like with doing these songs, one song per month kind of thing. With every song, I can kind of switch it up a bit. Like today, I dropped a new song called "Stay with Me." I
Yep.
think it's definitely my closest song to how I used to be back in the day. Like it has a lot of rock and roll. I mean, it has a lot of rock influence on it. Um, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with everything so far.
yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. Now,
Yeah.
Lynn, I'm just curious though, how many songs have you dropped since the whole MCO?
How many? I think two.
Two.
Two was it? Oh wait, three.
She has a lost
I
count
had
of herself.
yeah,
I
I
can
also
check.
lost
I can
count.
check.
Yeah,
Okay, I can
correct.
check.
Three. So it was
Okay.
two with Reckless Escapade and then one with Reza,
Reza,
and
yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, knowing that this is the time where everybody's stuck at home, everybody's looking for new things, has it been more difficult to adjust your music um, to satisfy the needs of those sitting at home? Or is it just, no, this is my music, this is what I'm going to release? And, if people love it, love it. If not, it's okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sometimes we do what we want. Sometimes we take a look and see what does
What
the
people want.
audience want.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of both. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I
that's
think
nice.
like with your age, I mean, there's obviously the darker and heavier, trap stuff, trap-ish
Yeah.
stuff lah. Because I mean, I don't think that you have, really gone into like the whole trap vibe because you there's something unique about your sound, and that's what I like, and that's what a lot of people say as well. Because there's a good amount of hip hop, but there's also a good amount of pop.
Yep.
And there's the rock element as well, especially with this new track. I heard the guitars, I was like, hey, this is different. It's very guitar driven, rather as compared to the rest,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so you just released a brand new track today. It is called
Actually,
Stay With Me. Huh?
yeah, today actually there's 3 tracks.
Oh my.
There's
Why
me,
you only gave us one?
Be the king,
okay,
be the king.
okay. Let me explain. One of it is me, like on my own Reckless Escapades. The
Okay.
song's called "Stay with Me," as you said.
Yep.
The other one is me. I'm a featured artist on this song. So he's an Indonesian artist called Emir Hermono.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done one song together about a year ago, and this is our new song. Also, it's called "No Replies." And then the third
Mm.
song is actually I recorded this guy and then I mixed the song. So I'm not involved as an artist, but as a engineer, all that. So this guy's name is Adam Cactus,
Okay.
and this
Right.
song is called Rama Rama. It's out on NSR Music. So it's a Malay song lah.
Nice. Wow.
It
That's
was,
brilliant.
it was coincidental. I didn't know that there would be 3 songs that I did
On the
dropping on the
same
same day.
day. Okay. I guess it's just to close October lah.
Yeah.
Apa weh?
Kan?
And,
Exactly.
and you know what? This Adam Cactus fella, this is a funny story, okay? So Adam, when I was teaching in a public school, he was actually my student. He was 14 at that time.
Wow.
And yeah, so he was 14 and I played I would bring the guitar to class and stuff like that. So this was like right before I graduated. So we had to do like a 3-month, what's that? Like practical lah, so we had to go to a school to teach. So I went to that school where he was in, and he was one okay, there were 3 people who could speak really good English in the whole school. He was one of them.
Ah.
Yeah. So, and he went into the debate team and stuff like that. So then he told me that it was because of me that he picked up the guitar and started learning music. Yeah. So then
Nice.
when he put out that track with Ian, and I was like, hey, I know this guy, so I was very impressed. So, it's good to know that I had made an impact in his life.
Yo.
Yeah.
Inspired
It's such a cool
Actually, I
guy.
mean, Darren is being modest. Actually, he's inspired a lot of people.
Yeah,
Actually,
even me. Darren inspired me too. Okay, I still remember.
But you gotta see how small this world really is, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's like
Yeah.
it's getting smaller by the day. All right, so let's talk about Stay With Me, Ian. Tell us more about the song.
yeah, this song is a song about me going through a tough time, basically. What with everything like in life, basically at this, how everybody's going through some form of a rough time at this time. So yeah, and just me needing my wife to
Aw.
help me stay sane, stay like stay level-headed, stay
Stay grounded.
stay grounded, everything. Like, yeah, she basically, like, she's the yin to my yang.
Aww. You sure she doesn't drive you insane also?
She drives me insane also, that's for sure. But it's a mix. But I mean, generally no. I mean, she drives me insane like minority like of the
Okay.
time. Yeah,
So less of insanity and more of sanity lah.
basically.
Aww, that's so
Yeah.
nice. So basically, the inspiration of the song was your wife, correct? Okay.
Actually, a little bit of my cats also.
Oh, okay. And where are they now? Why don't you show them to us?
I think
Yeah,
they're
let me
like
get it.
they're very shy. They're underneath the bed or
Yeah.
something.
One is hiding inside here. This is
Oh, there's one there.
yeah.
We've
no,
had
no, no.
many
Gone.
cats make appearance during our show, so yeah, why not, right?
So I
Okay,
got
so
two cats, yeah.
okay, so what was it that you wanted to share with the world when you wrote this song?
I just wanted to share the feelings of like there's a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, things might be bad or whatever, but in the end, everything will be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And
I think it's sorry,
Yeah,
Matt.
go ahead.
You-
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, I think it's a great track. When I heard the lyrics, and one thing I like so much about your songs is that it's very personal, but it's said in such a plain way. Very straightforward, very easy to understand. It's not crazy flowery, where a
Mm,
lot of people always struggle with because they try to make it sound fancy. You know,
Correct.
mm,
but I realized that a lot of the lyrics just it's like as if you're talking to somebody. And some lines to some people may be cheesy, but I think it's just real honest and straightforward, because who talks in flowery language anyway, on a regular
Yeah.
day, right?
yeah, yeah.
So,
I don't
I
even think
definitely.
Shakespeare speaks in flowery
exactly.
language.
Hell no.
No, I even remember. I remember what you were saying about this. Like, like last time when I was in class, right? Like my production class in Berkeley, and then this my lecturer at the time was Susan Rogers. She's actually this really famous producer engineer. She engineered like for Prince,
Wow.
during his Purple Rain time, all that. And then she also produced Bare Naked Ladies. Remember the song One Week? It's
Yep, yep,
been
yep,
1 week. She's the
yep, yep.
producer of that album,
Right, right.
and that
Wow.
album's like a platinum selling album. So because she's a producer, she earned like a royalty point on the album. She
Yep.
became super rich. But anyway,
Mm,
she was telling me the same thing. It's like sometimes my lyrics are like so plain, so like it's cheesy in a way,
Yep.
mm.
but yeah, it kind of works because I don't like try and make it sound all artsy and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because like bands that are artsy, I mean, some people who are listening might not know this, but if you were into like the early 2000s emo bands, like you would know this. Like, remember the band Thursday?
Hmm.
Thursday is an amazing band, but some of his lyrics, it's half the time it's poetry. You don't even know what he's singing about. Of course, the
Yeah,
melodies are great, and the
yeah.
execution is great, but I guess that's just a different kind of art form,
Mm.
or at least in that era, because bands that are doing music nowadays, lyrics are all very plain, very straightforward,
Quite
you know.
quite straightforward, right? That's what I
Yeah,
was
quite
noticing
straightforward.
also.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I think with what you do, like it's the melody that carries the song and the lyrics so well, and that's why Stay With Me and all the past releases are so great because it's easy listening, easy to
Yeah.
Thank you,
digest.
thank you,
And I think
thank
it's
you
a
so
lot of
much.
honesty as well. You're putting yourself out there and it's very honest and sincere. So I
Mm.
think in today's world, that's what people appreciate more because you're not just painting a picture of what, what we hope or this is my imaginary world, but this is the truth. This is real life. So
Wow,
I
that's
think
a
Yeah.
somehow people get to relate to that.
it's a
Hmm.
great observation. Like that's beautiful. It's like a form of therapy also in a way. Like
Yes.
sometimes like yeah, I have to do it, express myself. Yeah, I try not to go to see my therapist that often because she's kind of expensive. So this way I just save money. But shout out to my therapist also,
Yeah, man.
Okay, so
Dr. Sharmila.
so Lynn, how does it feel to know that you've inspired this song?
I always think that, well, every time he makes a song, actually, it just instantly becomes my favorite. It never, I mean, like, even though it's not really inspired from me, or it just doesn't matter. It's just that whenever I hear him sing or create something, it just literally just hits my heart. So
Oh,
I really don't, I mean, I really appreciate it. Like when you talk about this song, like I really love it that, he actually got inspired, by me. But at the same time, anything that he actually puts out, I'm not saying this because I'm his wife. I'm saying this as a fellow artist. Okay, disclaimer. I've always been a fan of his work, so it's really special when he puts me in this song. So at the same time, this is his wife speaking. It's me.
do you feel the same way though? I mean, in the song, what he's expressing, do you feel the same thing too?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We've went through quite a lot of things, and
Mm.
even in the beginning of our relationship until now, we've gone through so many things, and I can never be, you know, no one can replace Ian. That's for sure. Like
Yeah.
I've
Aww.
never I'm gonna get emotional. What the hell, you guys?
Yeah, but you also better not say that he's replaceable because
Ooh.
Never. It's like literally meeting the other half, like of
He
just like
completes
that.
you.
Like Jeremiah.
He's your
Jeremiah.
lobster. Sorry, I'm a Friends geek.
But
I love
yeah,
this.
like
I love that you guys have such a wonderful relationship when it comes to work as well, and you help each other.
yeah,
Because I think, Ian, you also produce some of her songs too, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
Most of it,
Yeah,
I do.
most of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, ever since you started producing my songs, I it's hard for me to work with others.
Is that the
yeah.
It
reason
has
you married him?
it's
That's
just a
that's a
plus.
that's a hidden reason, because you
I
needed a
don't
producer.
have to
Right?
pay for the producer, huh?
This is literally like giving your life away, right?
Oh yeah, I signed myself.
Okay,
No,
so
but
now looking at everything that has been done by the both of you, okay, Ian especially, you've released stuff, a lot of stuff. What were some of the challenges working on all this music, and especially for Stay With Me?
With Stay With Me in particular, I really didn't, like when we make the songs, I don't know how's the response going to be like, especially when I'm trying to do something that sounds a little different from what I've done before. So
Yeah.
it's quite nerve-wracking in that sense.
Yep.
So and I try not to show too many people my unreleased like, like if the song is coming out today, before it releases, I only show her, really, like she's my only quality control. Like
Yeah.
before she came in the picture, I really, like, it was just me by myself. Like I would have to be my own judge, and I
Yep.
don't really want to play it for other people.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like it was just kind of nerve-wracking to, like you said, I was bearing my soul. I was bearing, like, it's just nerve-wracking to see. But today when I checked, like the song was on added to like 8 Spotify playlists, like
Yeah.
Music Friday, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Taiwan. So that's a good sign that I think the Spotify
Yep.
editors like the song.
Yep.
And so far also the feedback I've been getting also has been really good. So it's the best
Yep.
I can hope for, like, basically. Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I think like with getting into playlists and stuff like that, it's definitely a plus. And there's always a significant jump when you get into playlists. I mean, I guess that's why a lot of people are trying to, constantly pitch to get their songs onto playlists, and I think it's quite important to be able to get into that, but not to get disappointed if you don't.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example, like myself, like I thought, okay lah, I'll just put out like a bunch of remixes, and I've got the fifth one. The fifth one's coming out 2 weeks from now. So like since June, I've been releasing music and like remixes almost every other like month, and not all songs have actually charted. Not all songs were in playlists. But I'm just gonna keep on doing. So that's how it is. And that was kind of how it worked for you guys too, because initially when the first few songs came out, it was nothing crazy, right? And then slowly everything just picked up and then it just flew.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like the first few songs, nobody cared. Yeah.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are just very worried about the situation that we're in right now. So it's like, okay, you release a new song. Okay, next. What are the numbers today for the infection? So that's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, especially like New Edition, when I first released that song in mid March, right? Like I said, like it was the first day of the pandemic, so that song was like probably one of my favorite songs, but it was like one of my most like worst, poorly received songs. So that
Really?
was that was like bummer for me, but it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
at the end,
You keep
I
going.
still.
All right. Okay. So right now, I'm just curious though. Apart from releasing music, you guys also perform live at the biggest Asian American virtual music festival ever.
Yep.
And I think this was like 2 weeks ago. How was that
2
experience
weeks ago.
like?
Wow, that one was really cool because like we got to share our music to the Asian American community,
Mm.
and for us, it's really like a big thing because um, I feel like what we're doing is actually we're paving the way for the other Malaysians as well to do the same, because nowadays you just don't have to be in the box anymore.
Yeah.
You can go out
Yeah.
Yeah.
and probably make a name for yourself. So I feel like, maybe in the future, who knows, like maybe another Malaysian artist would get in the platform. So
Yeah.
it's really good. I really support their cause as well with the Asian American movement and just putting Asian artists up there. So that was
Yeah.
amazing.
But how did you guys like get onto that show? I mean,
Yeah.
it was called the Joy Ruckers Club, right? So that was the event,
Joy Rockers Club.
and
That was the event.
yeah,
70
yeah.
artists
So how
from mainly from America. Yep.
Mm.
So how did we get on the
how
show?
did you guys how did you guys get onto it?
We got contacted on Instagram. And I think
Okay.
the guy, his name is Kublai Kwan. He's a Korean American, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. So he contacted me and then he asked me if I was interested. So I checked him out. I checked out the companies that were doing it, and everything looked legit. And it was just looked like a really good opportunity because they had already done one festival before this second. This is the second one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So we
Yep.
were just looking at. I know some of our friends had already played that first one, so it was just no brainer. Like I think he probably discovered us from the Asian Hip Hop, which is an Instagram page on
Yeah.
yeah
Yep.
about Asian hip hop around the world. Actually, I think
Yeah.
that's where he discovered us. I never asked him,
Yeah.
but that's my guess.
Yeah. I would think that it was probably from that as well because I keep seeing, you guys like, constantly on the constantly being featured there, So how did so Joy Rockers Club is one thing, but let's talk about the Asian hip hop, like the Instagram channel, because like, it's quite a big thing. How did you guys discover that, or were they the ones that discovered you? How did that happen?
I think okay when they first posted about us or when we first got in touch, like they were really small, like probably
Mm,
double digits amount of
Yeah.
followers, like 10 to 15 followers, something like that.
Yeah.
But
mm,
we never took it as a sign that oh we don't want to mess with them because their platform is too small or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Like we
yeah,
still
We support
anyone
them.
that supports us, we're gonna support them, how no matter how big or how small. So
yeah,
they when they asked us to do interview, and that was the first interview on that time the newly launched website, the asianhiphop.com.
mm, mm,
Yeah, so we were one of the first to do an interview with them, and then now they've grown so much. So
yeah,
we are like one of the earliest people to champion them, and they still champion us. It's just it's a relationship like that, lah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
beautiful relationship. I like those
yeah,
kind of relationships because the people who support you from the very start will normally support you till the end. And if you have that bond, it's just beautiful,
yeah,
lovely.
Definitely.
We're definitely growing together. Like they get bigger, we get bigger. Like
Yep.
that's yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah,
sometimes like for the Asian hip hop, like since they're based in the US, right?
mm,
Sometimes like for this month, the end I mean it's the end of the month, but the whole month of October is actually the Filipino American History Month.
yeah,
So I kind of did like I mean, it's not that I'm curating for them, that I just help him like them like find videos like, hey, this is about Filipino history. Maybe you guys want to post it. So yeah,
mm,
we have that kind of relationship as well where I send him them like basically contents like for them to use, and then
yeah,
sometimes I actually share artist page like that I find like
mm-hmm,
in Instagram, and in case they've never like seen them or like never heard about them, so
mm,
I actually share them like, hey, maybe you guys should check them out or this person out. So like the music. So the relationship is like that. Like we help each other out.
Wonderful. That's
nice.
nice. Okay, now back to your song, Stay With Me. What do you hope what do you hope to hear from your fans about the song?
I just hope that they connect with it and they like that they listen to it a lot and that they get like a sense of how to say,
That they can relate.
that they can relate. Yeah, that's for sure. And then that they can find, I don't know, the word is a bit weird, like find value in it, but I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like for me, I was just thinking about this thing, like, when I first discovered Drake, the artist, right?
Yeah.
The this was in 2009, and he had released his first mixtape, So Far Gone. This at this point, he was not popular at all, like still very much underground. And I downloaded his project for free, right? He put it out for free at the time, and that project, like, you know, it changed my life. It changed my whole course of, like, you know, I went from being like this guy who played guitar in a rock band to now I was like, you know, falling in love with hip hop and everything. And that project was free, but so it brought me, it was like priceless, you know. A free project could bring this much value for me, like inspired me and everything like that. I just want to do the same for my listeners as well.
That's brilliant. I hope so too, because I think not many artists actually, feel that way. You want to bring value to another person's life. And I think since you have that out there, let's hope you do. Let's hope you inspire others out there as well. Yeah. Okay. So guys, where can our viewers actually listen to the song?
All digital streaming platforms like Spotify, Sound, what do you call it, Apple Music, Deezer, all that. YouTube, of course.
You already have a music video for it?
Just the, you know, like the audio, the audio of
YouTube music.
YouTube music,
Okay.
yeah, basically. But we'll work on a visual for that for sure soon. Yeah.
Because I noticed that you guys have this tendency of releasing your single and then there's a music video. There's always a music video that follows. I'm like, wow, damn fast. And like Darren mentioned earlier, it's always using their phones. And they got these gump music videos with their phones. You're like, why do you even need those expensive equipment anymore?
Exactly. You can shoot, it's like immediately, once you shoot, you could actually put it on your Instagram or your story. So
Yep.
win-win, right?
we just
Yeah.
we just invested a little bit on a few things like a gimbal, you know, that the gimbal to
Steady.
make the phone steady.
Yep.
Then aside from that, we bought a software which helps us to color our videos. Yeah, so that software, that pack of it really helps change our visuals from
Normal.
okay to looking
Exceptional.
Great lah.
like
Yeah.
cinematic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think a little
So
bit of investment goes a long way, Gan. And I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
you guys have actually shown us that anything can be done. If you
Yeah.
have the will to do it, just go out and do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing that you forgot is the lights that you bought at home.
Oh,
The lights.
yes,
Yeah.
the LED lights, the LED lights we
lights.
bought at home. Yeah, we're now trying to do, like, you know, those makeshift kind of green screens as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
Yeah.
actually learning to properly edit using like the green screen and all, like yeah. So
Yeah.
honestly, it's actually good that you get to do like you can film your music videos at home,
Yeah.
especially during this time, so
Yeah.
you
That's
true.
always have
That's
to
true.
think of ways like how do I use this house.
Yeah.
Which part of the living room shall we use today?
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's what I always put in my head, before I do a music video or the visuals or
Yeah.
even the Instagram photos.
I think what we want to tell people also is just make the best of your pandemic, of your quarantine time. Make the
Yeah.
best of your time at home.
Yeah.
Put it to good use. Learn new things, and then, like I said, sharpen your old skills, and try and be creative. If you have that creative spirit in you, explore that. You know, you can always explore that as a side thing first. But I feel like in Malaysia we have a lot of talent. We just
Yeah.
have to mine the talent, and then we can,
Yeah.
raise our level.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
compete with our neighboring countries.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one of the things that somebody told me the other day, and I told this to somebody else, is that being in a situation like now, like the pandemic, if you don't know tech, especially if you're an artist, if you don't know tech, you're dead. Because
Yeah.
you can't expect like people to be going out and shooting music videos if there's a lockdown. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so you what can you do? You know, you recreate or you do it yourself, lah. You know, find other ways, right? And then
Yeah.
like if it's performances, when was the last time anybody saw a live performance? You know, since the
Exactly.
lockdown, you know, pretty
Yeah.
much never. You know, every performance was either online or you don't see anything at all, right? So
Yeah.
people who or artists, you know, like if you guys are watching this, you know, you guys need to buck up and you all need to really learn up all these things, you know, invest a little bit, because just like what Ian and Lynn did, you know, they invested a little bit and now they are doing a lot of things on their own and they don't have to depend on other people. So they put things out at a lower cost and in their own free time, you know. So that's definitely a plus, you know. So you gotta up your tech skills. That's very important.
Definitely. Okay, so
Yeah.
would you say the pandemic got in the way or it helped? What were some of the challenges that, worked against you in producing the song?
Uh,
I think it helped actually, because for us, right, like the thing is that the pandemic kind of levels the playing field a bit. Like big artists also kind of in the same boat as small artists.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's just how we be resourceful and all that. So
Yeah.
for me, I've always made my music at home, like
Okay.
so nothing's really changed, and it just helped us to try and find new ideas and stand out, find new ways to stand out.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've spoken at length about his song. It just dropped today. It's called Stay With Me by Reckless Escapades. I think it's time for us to play the preview so that you can actually hear what it sounds like and then go stream it after that, okay? So let's play it here, right here on Pop-Up Stage.
It's hard for me to deal with all this tragedy. I'm ready to do better, please just stay with me. It's hard for me to deal with all this tragedy. Please just stay with me. It's hard for me to deal with all this tragedy. I'm ready to do better, please just stay with me. It's hard for me to deal with all this tragedy.
There you
Nice.
go. So go and stream it on all your digital platforms. It's all available. And I'm sure given time, they will release a video as well. Starring the both of them. Correct? Because of
Yep.
the pandemic, okay, they cannot bring in other people, okay? Don't be fussy about that.
Oh, no.
Anyway, as per our show, every week we have a rapid fire segment before we wrap things up. So we'll give you quick questions, you give us quick answers. Today we've only got less questions because there's two of you, okay? So each of you will have to give us answers for both, for all the questions. Cool?
I thought tag team. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not even gonna work.
We both have to give one answer each.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 So yeah, so okay, let's go with the first one, okay? So if you
Yeah, I feel
want
like-
someone to stay with you, what's the one quality of yours that would convince them to do so?
You want
one
like
qual-
you want
Wait.
like a PG answer, or you want like the
PG lah, of course PG lah.
18 text?
Definitely PG lah. Yeah.
For me, that would be how I care about a person.
Aw.
Okay, Ian.
It's so hard to answer something like that.
You see, Mac's questions, every week I tell people, you know, her questions will always be like very easy, but it's actually very hard. So it makes you think
It
a
feels
bit.
like answering a beauty pageant,
Yeah,
answer
exactly.
contest.
Yeah, so I
Exactly.
prepare y'all for a beauty pageant someday.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So what's the one quality of yours that would convince somebody to stay with you, Ian?
I think it's maybe my overall like calm and collected approach approach to life.
Brilliant.
Right.
And he said he
Okay.
doesn't know. That was a very constructed answer, okay? Okay, number 2. If you had a roommate who was staying with you, what's the one thing they cannot do?
Okay.
So it'll be a pet peeve of yours, lah, technically.
Yeah.
Sitting.
And
What?
also it cannot be about each other.
Yeah.
It cannot be about each other because you guys are husband and wife. So that's a totally different context, right? No, but so like a housemate or like a roommate.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've lived with a lot of people in the past. What my
Yeah.
peeve is always this: never sit on my bed with your outside clothes.
Damn, I like that.
Yes, because
Yeah.
to me it's like don't even like I don't know where your shirt. I mean your pants set before. I don't care if you're a woman, a man, whatever you are. Do not sit on my bed if you've been outside.
I agree.
That's
Ian,
always
your
my
turn.
peeve.
For me, I guess it's just like don't steal my food.
That's
'Cause
fair
I
enough.
buy
That's fair.
I buy like expensive organic kind of stuff. So
Fair enough. Okay, number 3.
All right. If you were stuck in a place with no access to anything on the outside world or to the outside world, what is the
Okay.
one most important thing you wish you had with you?
My husband.
Aww.
so now I have
Ian?
to say my wife, right?
I have to say my wife.
Okay. Now, if let's say
Okay.
if let's say you cannot say husband or wife,
Okay.
what is that one thing?
Probably. Okay, where is this place actually? Like, is it an deserted island or
Let's say
God
deserted
knows,
island.
wherever
Yeah,
lah.
let's
You
say
could
deserted
be.
island.
Yeah.
deserted island? I think it would be kitchen tools.
Kitchen tools.
Yeah.
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 But it's only one thing, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
one thing.
So what are you going to do with the kitchen tool?
Pan. A pan.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Can. Ian, what about you?
Maybe I'll do like Swiss Army knife or something like that. You know, like something.
Yeah, I was
for
I was
like
gonna say the
survival.
same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, number
Alright.
4. If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would that be?
If I had to eat one thing, is it just one ingredient or it can be just
Like
one
a,
One
like say
particular
your,
dish
your
lah.
dish lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one particular dish? Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah.
Ian?
I'm very Filipino.
I think, yeah, probably like burger and fries. Like I think that's my favorite.
Okay, I'll give you because it comes in a set lah. Burger and fries.
It has, yeah.
With a drink.
I can't just eat like burger without the fries. That's for sure.
It's a value meal.
It just complements like.
I would
Okay, actually,
agree.
it should be a value meal with the soda. Also.
Shout out to McDonald's, KFC, or Mary Brown. You know, make a Reckless Escapades meal.
Ah,
you
nice
can't-
one.
Yeah, you know, like you can't eat burgers and fries without like Coke
Yeah.
or like
Yes.
Sprite or whatever, right? It's like it just doesn't cut it if you drink water and all that. It's just because of high sodium content and all that, you know.
I think it's so weird that you say you buy and stack up on a lot of organic food, and yet you're talking about fast food right now. It's like so. Okay, I'm like, there's no connection.
I'm a complicated man. I like. Sometimes I like all this kind of organic stuff. It's a balance, like, you know. Sometimes
It's a balance. Yes, you
yeah.
got that right.
Yeah.
All right, Darren.
Okay, next question. Okay, this one is a little bit of a of an oddball kind of question. Okay, right. If you had a baby panda or a baby penguin to cuddle with when you're stuck at home alone, which would you want?
Panda. It's warm.
Because
Panda
it's
'cause it's
warm.
Yeah.
Panda
Okay.
because it's warm. Huh?
Yeah.
For me, panda because it's cute, lah.
So both of you go with the panda, lah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now you know what to get them for Christmas. Go get them a panda.
I
Not a
think
real one, of course.
penguins are cute, but then they like are kind of like they feel weird, right? Like their skin and all that.
Yeah, I think
It's like
I've never touched a penguin, so I don't know.
I think
Yeah, but I think-
penguins
It's like
are
rubbery.
smooth, right? Are penguins
Yeah.
like smooth, like a dolphin? I don't know.
I think yeah,
But
they're
penguins
smooth.
have feather-like fur, right? So they
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
feel fuzzy. No?
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe
Maybe-
we can Google that
But-
after this.
Yeah, we
But
can
they'll also smell fishy. That's one thing.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I can't.
The
So
panda
you rather
only
smell like eucalyptus than fish. I agree.
Yeah.
Eucalyptus is actually like really good for like
Medicinal
aromatherapy and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct,
that's true.
yes.
That's true. Yeah.
All right,
Lamberger.
our final question is, if your other half is about to leave you and you have 30 seconds to convince him or her to stay with you. You've got 30 seconds to convince them to stay with you now. Okay, let's start
This
with
one-
Lynn, okay?
Yeah. It's a tough
30
question.
seconds. Jesus
30
Christ.
seconds. When you're ready, tell me I start the
You're gonna
counter.
start. Yeah, you're gonna start.
Ready?
So,
3, 2, 1, go.
you have. Yeah, God. Okay, can we do it? I was almost shit. Okay. I love you, and I hope that you stay with me because I don't think I could find anyone else better than you.
Oh, she did it in like 15 seconds. Damn. Now you gotta top that, Ian. Ready? Go.
Okay. Yeah, I love you, and if you find any other guy, it's just not gonna be as good as me. Like honestly, like, I can,
That's true.
yeah. Honestly,
It's true.
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
true.
lah.
That's true.
I mean, okay. I'll give you the finer things in life, everything top class. You know what I mean? You can't get that with other guys. I don't know. Honestly,
Okay lah, we'll take that lah. Okay, Lynn, do you accept that?
Yeah, I understand what he was trying to say.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's like we have Bluetooth.
No, okay.
Same
How about this?
wavelength.
How about this? I'll elevate your mind, soul, body. Like you elevate your spiritual. You'll have a spiritual awakening. You keep having your spiritual awakenings when you're with me.
Open your
Walao.
third eye and stuff lah.
Keep
I
your
do not
third
want
eye.
my third eye to be open.
You're thinking
I'm
of
not
a
prepared.
different kind of third eye.
Okay, guys, so we've come to the end of the show. It was really wonderful speaking to the two of you on the show
Same
today.
here. Same here. Same here.
Anything else you'd like to add about your song?
About my song.
Go and stream it, and when the music video comes out, go and watch it and share it. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. I add it to your playlist. That's for sure. Like create a playlist and add it, and then tag me on Instagram if you're posting about it or whatever. Like I'll always repost and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And always like remember, like if you have never ever been to his Spotify, please hit that follow button, follow him on Spotify as well.
Yeah.
And don't forget to dedicate this song to your loved ones.
Aww, I think
That's
that's
good.
nice. That's a brilliant end. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Where can our viewers follow you on social media?
At Reckless Escapades on Instagram.
And at MRXLND. I have to spell it out because it's hard for people to pronounce. So it's
Yeah.
at MRXLND. It's all one word.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the same across all social media platforms?
Pretty much, yeah. On Twitter, I'm Reckless Ian. That's my Twitter name.
Reckless Ian.
Because Reckless Escapades, they have a limit. They have a character
Limit, correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So Reckless Escapades too long actually. But yeah, everything. Yeah, Reckless Escapades.
Okay. All right. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on the show this afternoon. And if you're watching us, thank you so much for following us throughout the show. And feel free to share the broadcast at any time
Yep.
as well. And if you're an artist, you're an upcoming artist, or even if you're, an artist from way back when, and if you've got new material that you want to share with our followers, with our viewers, please hit us up either on our own personal social media links or through Facebook as through
Exactly.
AFO as well. Okay.
Yep.
We wanna promote Malaysian artists as much as we can, and every now and then we bring in a regional artist just to spice things up a bit lah. Okay.
Yep.
Darren, anything else to add?
That's it. So just make sure you guys, share this video, and tell everybody, if you're watching this and you're not an artist, it's fine. Maybe your friend is an artist. Maybe, you like discovering new music, so share this and just tell people about this. Yeah. So Pop-Up Stage will be back again next week. We've got a couple of new artists next week and for the month of November. And of course, the same time, same place, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Yeah.
Absolutely. So see you next week, same time, same place here on AFO Radio. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.